Okay, time to make sure everything's working. Go to Twitch, myself. Yeah, everything's working. Awesome. Perfect, even. Man, I have no idea, um, what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of these streams, honestly. But I'm gonna, oop, wrong thing. I'm gonna do these requests for the next few streams. This one, next I guess would have to be Nilu, because this one I can't do, yet. But today we're doing Lyney's story quest. And, quite curious to see what this one's about. Oh, there's Lynette. And some people. Go to the cemetery, look for Gemma. Okay. I accidentally started this one. I think I said this at the end of the last stream. Whoopsies. I said this at the end of the last stream. I accidentally started this one, like, just the very, very beginning of it. So.
You took your time.
Anyways. What do I want to say? The only other thing I want to say before I get this started is, hopefully, I haven't, I don't know. Hopefully I'm not doing all this streaming for nothing, and, because, like, I'm worried that, like, I'm gonna do all the streaming, and then, for some reason I didn't do something correctly, and I'm not gonna get any rewards for streaming so-and-so amount of hours, but we'll see what happens. I haven't got... I got an email saying I was registered, but I haven't gotten an email saying, like... I thought I was supposed to get an email saying, like... You know... Give me a progress update, but... Yes, not. Welcome to... Thank you for signing up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope that you read the following rules. Yeah, okay. It says here something about valid stream hours. I don't know what that means, but I don't know.
I bumped into the traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Lynette. We're working as Lyney's temporary.
We'll just get this started. Hopefully I'm not.
Phantom Weasel.
Hopefully I'm just being paranoid and everything gets sorted and I get the reward I worked for by the end of this.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
So who's Gemma again?
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting.
Okay, time to ask around. Hello, Baltazar. You don't sound like a French name.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick.
Heartsick about
Ever
what?
since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often
Oh.
she just sits there in front of
Oh,
his
that's why.
lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself. I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is
Well,
going.
this is sad right off the bat.
This ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years.
Who's Caesar?
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, She's running later than usual
Huh.
today.
Okay.
Normally, she'd
I
be
figured-
sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay.
I just want to say I figured that because I only like just like started the very first like thing you see, or maybe two, that I wouldn't run into any issues with forgetting knowledge or having any knowledge gaps, but clearly I already do because I don't know who Caesar is, or at
Well,
least I don't
that's
remember.
everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this
Oh,
with
boy.
us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Okay, well, hopefully we figure out who the heck Caesar is just by talking to people.
Did you hear the news?
And
They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
okay, so Caesar's the Phantom Weasel.
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't.
It's all fake news, buddy.
But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal? and Caesar
True.
was framed.
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something?
Yeah,
Give
really.
me a break.
I don't think someone...
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Alright, Mr. Fairweather.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
You've come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street.
Okay. So Caesar was a magician who was either framed as a thief or was outed as a thief. And then died.
He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
Lyney really does have like cat emblems everywhere on his person. I can see one on his shoulder, on his side. I think I see one on his hat. Or on the side of his hat, and then I can see one like on it, like actually his hat.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like
Yeah, sounds like a really nice guy.
Died. There were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time.
Yeah?
Speak of the devil, that's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something?
She looks old.
Wait, it looks like she's injured.
Yeah? So it would seem.
Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
She got a jam. She Gemma.
Who's asking?
Didn't ask.
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
These clowns are Fatui. And I saved the world.
My name is Lyney, and this is my sister Lynette.
Oh, Lynette's got a little thing on her too. I'm really curious. Are these two actually, like, sibling? Like, I know Fremine is not actually their sibling. But, like, are Lyney and Lynette actually siblings? I mean, their names are so similar, but I don't know if, like, that's because, like, they threw away their names because they're too even, my point. I don't know. It's just a little confusing to me. If only Lyney could take off his hat, and if I could see if there's... Because he doesn't have a tail, I don't think, right? No.
My name's Paimon,
I would have
and
noticed if he
the
did.
Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us.
Trust
We
us.
won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
Yeah. I mean, we got 2 vision users and, someone who can control all the elements.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much.
Yeah? Whether it's
Okay,
denial or
so
not,
going back
that
10
makes
years,
sense.
Do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
Yeah, that would, frame, yeah, like
No.
that other guy.
Not that I know of.
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
Sorry, my B. You know, the Traveler was very suspicious of Lyney and Lynette, but
Judging by the look on
I
her
really
face,
don't think they're bad
there's
people
definitely
at all.
something fishy about her.
Lynette seems very nice. Fremine seems very innocent. And Lyney, I mean, he could be a little bit of a trickster, but that's just because he's a magician. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's pretty nice.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
Perhaps she simply doesn't trust us. Yeah, that's fair.
fair.
What he
We're just a
said.
bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us.
Yeah.
In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step.
Alrighty, Mr. Lyney. Oh, yay. More, level up material, because I'm broke, and I have so many characters to level up. I need to level up you to 70, and then I need to level up you, and you to 60. Okay. Man, I wish I could transform my, weapon level up material into character level up material. I'm also broke on that, and I'm starting... I went from, like, having 4 million to, 2.7 million. Not to go on. Okay. We had to... Wait, what was the time? 8 to 12. Okay. And, we'll just throw here. And while that's happening, are Lyney and Lynette twins? Lyney and Lynette's twin brother. Okay, hold on. Even though they're different species. Okay, yeah, hold on. Okay, wait, I might be getting something. Hold on. Where... Character stories. I don't... Cool, where be... Okay, no, I just... Character story 5. Okay, hold on.
I wonder what might...
Ah! Loud. Okay, hold on. Where it be? Is there something about Lyney's character story? No. What are they talking about? Twins. My sister and I have always been inseparable. hardship we can't overcome as long as we're together, and similarly we share all our joys. Something the world shows more than family. So it must... Okay, I don't know. Confusion. Are they related or not? I mean, are Lyney and Lynette... Okay. Alright, hold on. Families from this. Read her character. Lynette's character story? Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm really curious about this. I'm sorry. I just need to know. And I'd look at Lynette's character story, but I don't have like half her crap unlocked. Lynette character story 5. Hold on. Often believe Lynette's cat ears are part of her performance. Sarah's same blood flows in her and Lyney's veins. He appears no different from ordinary people. However, Lynette's ears and tails do in fact grow on her body. They're as real as can be. Okay. Well, I kind of figured that. I mean, it just seemed kind of obvious that they were genuine. Okay. Hold on. I'll keep reading in a second.
Over here.
Alright. It is said that these cat-like features are inherited, but that even as such, a bloodline grows thin across generations. Instances of atavism can still occur from time to time. I don't know what atavism is. Google. Define atavism. A tendency to revert to something ancient or ancestral. Okay, gotcha. When she was young, Lynette did not love this particular gift from her ancestors. There would always be some curious kid who would, whether intentionally or inadvertently, point at them and ask her, "Why are you different from everyone else? Are you and Lyney not real siblings?" And Lynette did not know how to reply, nor could Lyney always be with her. Whenever such things happened, she could only push her ears down and curl up her tail and squat in a corner by herself and beside herself with misery. Only alley cats would come to comfort her, coiling around and rubbing against her ankles. She could not let her brother see her like this. She knew he already had a great many things to worry about. He did not need this kind of trivial matter on his mind as well. But she could not simply pretend that nothing was wrong to deceive the genius magician. She had to fool herself first. She hugged the cat tightly to herself, softly brushing the fur on its back. As she felt its light breath calm slowly returned to her heart. By the time the cat leapt from her arms, her face had regained its usual placid appearance. Unquestioning nobility. There are also some novelty-seeking degenerates. During one party, a certain important person found themselves taken with Lynette's unusual appearance. Over a protest, Spider's struggling siblings' foster father stuffed her into the person's carriage for that thought almost giving us away self-respect. Why her? She was born... Why her? Why was she born with these ears? In her suffocating solitude, Lynette once again covered her ears in pain, unable to hold back the bitterness repressed over long years. Is that my name? Okay. Cruel as ice. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Gotcha. So they are real siblings, just... Okay, so they are, like, blood siblings. That very much confused me. So they are blood siblings, they just... recessive traits, what's that called? The one square? I can't remember what it's called. The Punnett square? Is that what it's called? Punnett square? Punnett square, that's what it is.
I've had her follow Gemma.
Back to biology class.
See if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still,
Alright.
I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency.
Okay, so where should we start?
We'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant.
Okay. Again, that doesn't sound like a French name. It sounds more like a Spanish name. Lorenzo.
When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful
Then again,
owners.
Mondstadt's got
But
names that are like
Lorenzo
more
was
English
the only
than
one privy to all his magic
German.
secrets, and he inherited his craft.
I don't know, Amber and Jean and who else am I thinking of? Catherine.
Before long,
Well, Catherine's in every
Lorenzo was the
place.
next big magician in
And she's
town, his
Snezhnayan.
fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy. He's since left the magic scene, though, and these days, he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies.
Okay.
I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me. Be warned, though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
Yeah, most rich bastards do. Alright. Time to go to Hotel de Bard. Okay. Oh, bring us right in.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
Well, he's only bringing one other person and a flying object. A floaty fairy thingy.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded me to bring them
Yeah,
along.
alright.
And if it's no trouble...
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Okay.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Lyney stroking his ego.
Ah, we're trying to butter him up.
I
That's
only
the plan.
agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drinking.
I'm sure you do,
Much
buddy.
obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic.
Wow, shocker.
Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning something for the same evening that I'm scheduled to do a magic show there. As such, I believe that I may well be his target.
Yeah, makes
I have to get to
sense.
the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally, any investigation into the Weasel starts with a few questions about Caesar, who...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter? It changes nothing. Are you trying to tell me you actually bought it?
Well, you never can be too sure.
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
Possibility? It's a fact, Lyney. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still willing to put up with you.
Alright. Go on. Jackass.
The Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and
Someone
quit
didn't
this
like
investigation.
Caesar.
It'll lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
Damn.
Oh, sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
Figure out who the frick this is.
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
Yeah?
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you, anyway? Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets.
Except in a court case, which you did exactly that, Lyney.
So if you really care about your magician's pride, then you'll forget about Caesar and move on.
Yeah, sure, dead men don't talk, but the one who is the current Phantom Weasel, whether they're fake or not, will talk.
Uh-oh. This is getting awkward.
Shut up, Paimon, you're making it more awkward.
Lorenzo?
Nope, all the lights went on. I think that was...
There's you! I know that big
I think that was,
booming voice
just
anywhere.
great timing.
What's up, my man?
What's up,
Have a
brother?
drink with me?
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on, you can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young.
What the frick
You
is
gotta
this
learn
guy
to kick
saying?
back and relax once in a while.
Live fast, die young. What the hell?
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and
Dang.
go be drunk somewhere else.
That was a didn't ask moment.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times.
You don't seem to be pals,
This
just
is
saying.
the first time meeting him. Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him.
Dang.
And he wonders why he can't get...
Oh,
despite
roasted.
being, what, pushing 40, 30?
Yikes.
Anyway,
Dang.
a lot
He just said he has no
older when
ruse.
he first
Wow.
got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still into, from what I hear.
Dang, this guy just laying out all the cards, no pun intended. Wow. Absolutely dug into him.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again. Do I make myself clear?
Yikes. He got outed. Hey, Edmondo, I like you. You're funny.
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink.
Oh, you don't say, lad.
Alright.
Oh, if we get to a point of the black stuff, we'll be sorting out in
Working
days.
hard.
Sorry, bring the others out of me.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lyney, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, yeah, boo-hoo. Shut up.
Well,
We could take some
felt
Phantom
pieces
Weasel.
in a rather spectacular fashion. Any thoughts?
Yeah. There's something strange about him. It's freaking attitude.
Really? And what was all that about compensating you for your losses?
Yeah, okay, I also thought that was a little weird.
Looking out for
Glad we're
Lyney.
on the same page, Pieman. Pieman? Paimon.
He's gotta be hiding.
Although I feel like me and Paimon always are on the same
She's
page.
a little suspicious, but this guy's definitely covering something up.
Fair, I
I
guess.
think so too. We need to look into Lorenzo more closely. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we can catch up with him.
Good plan. Alright, time to find Edmondo. There's the doors. I knew that. I definitely didn't go every direction other than the doors. Whoopsies. Okay. There he is. He looks like he just puked into the bushes.
You okay there?
You alright there, buddy? You need to sober up?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I just need to...
You're gonna have a wicked hangover, my guy.
I said way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete financial ruin. Note to self, no more drunken chats when Lorenzo's around.
Yeah.
He was serious about threatening to cut you off? Ugh, Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey, keep your voice down.
I'm sorry.
Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions or make an enemy out of him.
Yeah.
What kind of bad things?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. I'm not crossing that line again. And take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you in life. You saw him flare up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but clearly it touched a nerve.
I'm more suspicious of
That's
him.
not a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head. I'm leaving.
I love whoever voice acted Edmondo. Props, because you did fantastic. I could tell they had fun with it. They got to have had fun with that.
And there he goes.
Yeah, oh great magician, Lyney. Well, what now?
Shh. I think we're being watched. Someone was listening in to our
Really,
whole
you don't say.
conversation.
I see them right there in the back. Editor Finn enhance. Oh wait, no, I don't edit these. These are just I just upload these as VODs once I'm done streaming. If there was an editor Finn, he would enhance.
Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't see him anymore. Well, okay, we're going far. We're going all the way over here. Okay, we're just going over here for whatever. You get out of the city, ignore the people tailing you.
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
So you're Lyney.
Smooth face Pacino.
Ain't she with you today? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister. Who sent you, huh?
Save your questions,
Painter
missy.
De Niro.
You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capi-
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Lenny, I think you're fine.
Got this.
You get to play Lenny now? Yeah.
Step right up.
I keep forgetting he's I keep forgetting he's a bow character. All right, get wrecked.
Now disappear.
No, just All right,
A round of applause.
time to be a cat.
Curses.
uh,
Tougher than we thought.
I missed a
Vision
chance to
wielders are
pull Lenny
always
before.
trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the lady.
Hopefully, in like however long they take to do a rerun of him pulling.
Come on, let's scram.
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with you yet! Oh, they got away! Did you
That they
catch what
did.
they said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else. Sounds like they just
Mhm.
wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And they've already done it to someone else, but who?
I don't know. Could it be Gianna?
She was injured when we saw her yesterday, and she acted like she had something to hide.
Yeah.
Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because those guys had threatened her.
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to open up to us once she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore.
Yeah.
Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get it.
All right, let's do it. Ah, no map. No, this teleport waypoint. Okay, we go down here. And down here. Oh, hey, Lynette. Long time no see. I missed you, Big Mama. Alright. Not good at talking, are we?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine, so you can relax now. We're here to protect you.
Hey, good on Paimon. Lighten in the mood.
What? Why? I didn't tell you anything. Why would they come after you?
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
That's putting it mildly. I know them all too well, and I hate them with every fiber of my being.
Let it out, girl. Tell us. What do they do?
It's been 10 long years, and still every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show
Oh,
up
well,
and
now
warn me
that's...
not to do anything stupid.
Now that's fishy. Lorenzo's totally the one who orchestrated all that, huh?
How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom of it all? And why are you doing this?
Yeah, why are you,
I'm afraid I
Lenny?
can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity. Because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word. Trust me.
This is... I can tell this is more personal to Lyney than he's letting on. When has
Okay.
Lyney ever been one
How
to
can I help you?
be completely upfront?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look at them. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Cendre. But the place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since.
Well, let's unseal
I
it.
also know that the Fleuve Cendre is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around.
That's
If you're
fine.
serious about going there, please be careful.
It'll be
Understood.
fine.
Lynette, you stay here and take care of Gemma. Don't let her come to harm.
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
Go right ahead, Lynette.
I mean,
You deserve it.
bon appetit. But stay sharp, too. They're likely to come for you while I'm away.
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now.
Oh, Lynette. If only you were real. Alright. Enter Caesar's workshop. I have a feeling that the... Okay, so it's down here. That makes sense. Of course. Feeling like this is gonna be like a domain thing. Like pretty much every... Does every story quest have a domain thing? Did the Neverlet one... Did the Neverlet one have one? I remember every story quest having a domain thing, but I don't remember if Neverlet's did. Did he? I'm not thinking about it, and I can't remember if his did or not. I don't remember it having one. It had the one thing though, the memories. I guess that was kind of like good to me. I don't know. So we didn't have to. Did we have to fight it all? I don't know. Eh. Eh. Okay.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's
Alright.
shift them away first.
Well, let us do that. Got plenty of blocks side. Looks like notes here one.
There we go. It should be just down here.
Okay. Yay, domain. Knew it. Oh boy. It's time to fight some crooks and get to the bottom of this mystery. Yay, we get to play as Lyney again. Oh boy, sewer funny time. My favorite. Okay, this looks a lot nicer now. What the frick? Oh. Aha!
So this was Caesar's workshop.
Okay,
That
moving
looks
platforms.
suspicious. They're just normal magic props. Let's head in further.
Can I pop the balloons? No. Boing.
What was that? Oh. Is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Attack the puppets when they pop out. Come on. There we go. Boing. Okay.
Hey,
Well. It's time. Okay, come on. No, no. No freezing the boss man thing. Okay, I'm
And voila!
sometimes I get annoyed when, Ah, don't freeze me. Sometimes I get annoyed when doing, like, story quests and stuff where you get the fifth character, because I'm, like, trying to switch to them, but I'm clicking 4. instead of 5.
Look, the doll in the box is glowing.
Oh, gee. Okay, and a flying. Alright, awesome. Okay.
There's something written on the card on the doll. Let's take a closer look.
Okay. I want a bucket of fried chicken that never runs out. I'd like it. Wait, what? Hold on, let me read that again. I want a bucket of fried chicken that never runs out. Base. I'd like a new bag. There's no such thing as fried chicken that never runs out, just as there's such thing as children who never grow up. Also, eating too much fried food is bad for you. Make sure to pair it with something healthy like a salad, right? Okay, what does this one say? I like a little dove. I want a robot with cool powers. Your parents should own a pet. You also need to take good care of it. I bought a fluffy toy dove for you this time. If you're ready to own a pet, I'll make a real dove appear for you next time. What a nice guy. Alright, elevator time. Where have I seen this before? Oh, okay. Why is this burning? It's interesting. Okay.
These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest.
Yeah?
Let's investigate.
Which one? I got the right one? Awesome. Okay, that one. Uh-huh. It's this one. I'm too good, what can I say? Easy peasy. Okay, can't climb that.
Let's dance.
Alright. Come on. Up you go. Oh, I'm leaving the ring behind.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already?
I don't know.
There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
I doubt that. Lyney, what are you
This
looking
place
at?
seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery.
Mm-hmm.
We've triggered
Agreed.
quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption.
Yeah?
So, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere.
Alright, let's pull a book.
Aha! If I just move this book, then hopefully...
Yeah, that's a Scooby-Doo moment if I've ever seen one.
A secret passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician.
Hey, there's a chest.
And apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around.
Thank you for showing me the chest twice in the cutscene, so I know not to pass it up. I wonder if I would have passed it up if I didn't see it. It's possible. Alright. Oh, joy. Hey, another chest.
Everyone hold hands. Let the show begin.
Wait, no, it's cryo. It's gonna freeze me. Okay.
Ready?
I didn't mean to do that. Alright, whatever.
Here comes the finale.
Kitty time. Ba-boom. Looks like nothing else of interest. Just gotta grab this real quick and then go up here. And then go, nope, not there. Oh, okay, we're going up higher. One. Oh, joy. Hey guys, don't mind me. Just, what? Okay. You just want me to fight them? Alright.
Go with the ship too! Speed of light.
Alrighty. Well, just, let her come on. Okay, I'm stuck in the wall. Okay, shield.
Don't blink. Hey.
Anyone, when they were new at Genshin ever have the issue with,
Disappear.
getting, like, wrapped by a rune guard in a wall when they do their spinny attack? That happened a bunch. I'm a lot better at, like, dodging things now and knowing
Stop, Lyney.
how to avoid
Is there
that.
some device in that box?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right.
Okay. I like the idea of splitting up and looking for clues. This is very, Scooby-Doo. Like I said before. Dang. We left him behind. Okay. Create all magic steps without stepping on the same one twice. Oh no. I had to do crap like this with Pokemon. Okay. You little... Oh my gosh. Okay, and I can't step off of me either. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Frick. That was an oopsie-loopsie moment.
Oh, seems like we can't step on the same tile twice.
Yeah,
Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh?
I'm aware of Paimon. I'm aware. Okay. Okay, wait. And no, I screwed it. Wait, no, I didn't screw it. Haha! I'm a genius. Okay. Ah, it's a magic hat, of course. Okay, what lies ahead?
Wow. There's a hidden room
This place is pretty. Caesar's diary. Sorry to cut you off like that, Paimon.
This book's thick as a brick. Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
Yes, let's. About the wish list.
At one of my shows a few days ago,
Oh, it's voice acted.
a
Yay.
child asked me how I pulled candy out of my hat. As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today a whole bunch of kids were pestering me to pull all sorts of things out of the
Ah,
hat.
so this is how it started.
So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can write your wishes down. Well, they took me up on that offer, enthusiastically. As I write this, I've only just got back from running
What a
around
nice
all over
guy.
town, buying the things they wanted. Boy, are my legs sore.
Man's a Santa Claus.
I wound up saving very little this month, but that's not a major issue. I now have a bigger problem.
Yeah,
How
really.
am I going to
Ha-
hide all
ha-
these things
how do
inside
you
my
do that?
hat?
About the children.
At one of my
I
shows
didn't mean to
last
click that again.
so I told
My mouse
them I wound
slipped.
up-
About the children studying magic.
Two children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too young to be unsupervised. I do hope they got home safely. Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. It's not uncommon for children to ask this, of course. but
Uh-huh.
I've never seen any of them as serious about it as these two. I told them that learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. It's like they already knew. They seemed so committed.
I
I
see.
couldn't turn them down.
Okay. About Lorenzo's
It
issues.
seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately, but he won't open up to me about it. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those two children. I'll have to talk him around. I
Okay.
have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new to the world of magic. They have all sorts of fantastic ideas.
All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan. They
Interesting.
wanted to call me Master,
Master?
but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. Compared to them, I don't deserve to be called any sort of master. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My
Interesting.
only concern is why they're so mature for their
Wait a
age.
minute.
I fear they've had to grow up too fast.
Wait a minute. These two children are Lyney and Lynette, aren't they?
Must have been through.
I'm just reading this right here. It was 100% Lyney and Lynette, wasn't it? It has to be. There's no way. With all the what you said, and Lyney's, being kind of like secretive about this, and like it seems a bit more personal to him than he's leading on. It's definitely Lyney and Lynette.
Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed.
Dang. About the farewell.
It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I asked the two kids if they'd like to come with me, but they shook their heads. I once overheard them talking about their father and their
Okay, yeah. Alright. Okay, yes, I was completely right.
I guess we'll be parting ways soon. It's only been 10 days since I first met them, but I think that I've gotten a feel for their personalities
See,
now.
I'm a genius. What can I say?
They're very tough, but also very cautious. And they trust no one but each other. This, I fear, is not a good habit to have.
Yeah, no, not really.
They hide things from me too. For example, when I asked them where they live and why they wanted to learn magic, they lied.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover something up, it
True.
always shows somehow. I can sense that their lives have been hard. Possibly even dangerous, too. They're not like other children. It's a shame that I can't do more to help them.
What a good guy.
After thinking
R.I.P.
things
real
over,
one.
I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods. And that is why we must find our own truth.
Hey, fair enough, yeah. Also, can I just say, why have the only two Genshin story quests for Fontaine so far been about dead people? trying to break my heart here.
P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated nowadays.
Real.
Do them more harm than good for someone they've only known 10 days to lecture them like that?
On God, for real.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Children aren't interested in grand philosophies. It probably just went in one ear and out the
Yeah,
other.
probably.
Oh, Caesar. Just mind your own business next time.
Man, this guy really in his head for real. Stop reading.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Lyney and Lynette, don't you think? So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go.
Yeah, they totally did. What? If Lyney tries to lie to us, we're not. I mean, I'm gonna slap his ass. Okay, thank God you're here. I was worried that you wouldn't be, scammer.
Lyney?
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Yeah.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance.
Okay.
Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion.
Huh.
Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking.
Theoretically speaking, what do you mean,
The
Lieutenant?
inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy.
And that's how he died, huh?
He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
Interesting.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it. Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
A great question.
That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about.
Makes
Once
sense.
the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle.
Okay.
From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible.
Makes sense.
At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trap door onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
Wouldn't that take a long time to get from the roof to the ground level?
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Paimon, you can also just fly.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape.
Okay.
Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick.
Interesting.
Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So,
How
how did
tragic.
it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
Lorenzo. He was the one. Guarantee it. Not only is he the Phantom Weasel, I guarantee he's the one who... what's the word? Sabotaged his performance.
I can make a pretty good guess. I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And, sure enough, he always used his right hand as his dominant hand in public.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Nothing suspicious there.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed.
Okay. I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand.
Okay.
But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will, so as to avoid arousing their suspicion.
Okay.
The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask.
Okay.
And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left.
Uh-huh. Someone exploit that fact against him.
Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape.
Yeah?
But I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his left hand, he reached for the button, and suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there. Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on. Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way.
Ah.
With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious.
Yeah, that...
and conclude that
Okay.
his death was due to his own error.
So he was sabotaged. I thought so.
Someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off, no?
Yeah, it
It
would.
have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed, and who could move his props around without arousing suspicion. Someone who was always by his side.
Lorenzo.
Is that right, Lorenzo?
Oh!
Couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you?
Wow. Oh, he was following us the whole time.
Who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years ago. I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the hard way just creates more problems for me to deal with. But I gave you your chance. I hoped you'd do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but you disappoint me.
Wow. Alright, well,
You mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her.
of course.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, you never even knew him, but for some reason you just wouldn't drop it. Which is why you can't leave this place alive. Take them out.
Your secret agents don't stand a chance. We beat them before. We can beat them again. Alright. Temple of Wisdom. And, boom. Ouch. Okay. Eat cards. Oh, frick. Why is this here? Eh. Alright. Get some of these. And then do, this. Alright. And then we do a little bit of this. Ouch. Hey, don't freeze me. Okay. And then... Okay, let's stand at a distance. Okay, never mind. It's got range. It's got range. That is cool animation. I very much like how he switches. And boom. Get wrecked. No, there's no running. Oh. Smooth moves, Lyney.
You kids are tougher than you look.
Yeah?
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? Your cronies can't help you now. I think it's high time you started talking. And what I'd really like to know is...
Yeah, I would like to know that
why
too,
did you
jackass.
If I had a Mora for every time you said that man's name. Of course you idolized Caesar, everyone else did. But I was the real genius magician. Me!
Oh, sure you were.
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me!
Alright.
So it was jealousy.
Of course. Man, this really is some Scooby-Doo shit.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. I hated Caesar. All he cared about was his magic. He lived and breathed it.
Oh, you don't say. Maybe it's because he was a magician.
He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby to him, never bothering to think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it?
You're just, I think you're just a more hungry hog is what you are.
People loved him, didn't they? Oh,
Yeah, because he was a nice guy, unlike you.
No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?" Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had.
Yeah, why didn't you just
He
leave?
forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was nothing he hated more than that.
Okay.
And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me. I had to kill him. There was no other way.
You're just
He had to go.
You're just a selfish, crazy piece of shit. A greedy bastard is what you are. Beyond that.
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
Whoa.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
I am.
Yeah?
Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way. That the sole purpose of magic was to bring joy.
I mean,
to
that's
the
a
world.
pretty good dig.
I never bought into any of that. I was more interested in the practical value of magic. Sure enough, it helped me fill my pockets with all kinds of valuable treasures.
But I heard that the Phantom Weasel stole from the rich and poor alike.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much it was worth.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second-rate loot? I've only ever targeted high-value items.
Okay.
I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft. It was other people's overactive imaginations that conjured up the preposterous image they then dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
So that's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again during your trial.
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves, and you've got me between your jaws. You've seen
Yeah,
what's here.
you're
My last-ditch
pretty
effort to
screwed now,
stop me
huh?
Getting out has failed. What else can I do? So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years, the likes of which Caesar could never give me. I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
You're a sick piece of
Very
shit.
well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop when I'm back.
Okie dokie. Ooh, give me that chest. Where is it? Aha, here it is. Bye 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 bye. What do you have to say for yourself?
At least I can finally stop looking over my shoulder now.
Okay. Freak. Leave domain. I mean, I don't suppose we're actually supposed to stand there, right? Alright. Move along, buddy.
Lyney has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Go on.
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because there'll be hell to pay.
Yeah. Get him.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lyney? Should we start preparing for
Oh, yeah.
Let me think. Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma
Yeah,
will no
that
longer
sounds
have
like
to
a
fear
good
for her
idea.
safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her
I'm
some
sure that'll
peace
make her
of
feel
mind,
much
for
better.
sure.
Go here. She'll be able to just glide down to the cafe. Yeah. Let's just make sure. Yep, they're there. Awesome. Little worried something would have happened, but we're all good.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Your third dessert. All right,
Your
Lynette.
third?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
Dang, you go, girl.
That's besides the point.
Uh,
Well, it's done now.
I love
Try
Lynette.
to
She's
eat a more
great.
balanced diet in the future.
Point taken.
Dang, they really are siblings. That is the death glare.
Did everything go okay?
Yeah.
Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
Aw.
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you. Paimon would find it hard to trust strangers in your position, too. But you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Look at Paimon, always being the voice of comfort.
Sorry. Sorry. My emotions
Yeah.
are all over the place right now. I've been waiting for this day to come for so long.
I would
I
imagine.
always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious. But I had people watching me all the time, so I couldn't risk looking into it. I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me, and then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I
Yeah,
had
that's
the courage to
very
speak out.
understandable.
Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
Well, all's well that ends well.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I
Don't
never
mention it.
guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, looked like they got along
Well, that's
great.
the magicians for you.
Ugh, and to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty.
Well.
At least his soul can finally rest in peace now.
Yeah.
Thanks to your efforts.
If only I'd realized before it was too late.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma. This isn't your fault.
Yeah, you still have the rest of your life to live. Caesar wouldn't want to see
Exactly.
you feeling guilty.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like to come along? It might raise your spirits. This show will be a special one. We're holding it in Caesar's honor.
In Caesar's honor? Really?
Makes sense.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon, don't be late.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free magic show. Wait, Paimon feels like we're forgetting something.
Yeah, to ask them. I didn't forget.
Yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Lyney and Lynette or not. Lyney changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to ask Lyney tomorrow evening.
That we will do. I hope. Come on, don't forget again. Come on. We do the clock. Perfect, right there. Alright, seems like we're reaching the finale of this story quest. Seems like it was shorter than Neuvillette's one, but that makes sense. One of them is a magician, about a magician, and the other is about one of the most mysterious and old beings on in Tibet. So it makes sense whether one would be longer than the other. Alright. Opera House. Okay. I can't offer any, right? Yeah, for the current version, I can't offer any more. Okay, time to wait. Time to wait for 4.2. Alright. And enter the Opera House. We've only seen magic shows and courts be held here. I wonder what else is happening. Alright, setting the mood. Wonder what other like kinds of things are held at the Opera House. Surely it's not just magic shows and court stuff. Oh, Lynette's here. Okay. Aren't you gonna be on stage, Lynette?
Pyron's excited to see another of Lyney's
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Yeah, really.
Not this time. My brother's going solo today.
Okay.
So, I'll be
Good for him, I
watching you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's ready because
Robert.
the show is about to begin. The great magician Lyney has prepared a spectacular show for
No
us
more-
all tonight, concluding with an all-new
Let's have no more
grand
accidents,
finale
Lyney.
that no audience has ever seen before.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
Okay. He wows the audience with his skill.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too. So
Yeah.
how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children.
Okay.
Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world.
Makes sense.
And somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic. What trick did he do?
It was with a flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head. I was so happy that
Aw,
day.
that's really sweet.
No one had ever given me a flower before that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you mention it, Lyney's done that one before.
Oh yeah, Lyney did.
Is that right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him.
Okay, well,
After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
the killer's been
That's
caught.
right. It's all over now. Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but
Hey, don't
at the
downplay
very
yourself,
least,
Paimon. You're right at that.
no one's gonna be intimidating you from now on. You can breathe easy at last, right?
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now. Phantom Weasel.
See? Even Lynette says...
Wait, what?
Wait, what? The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
Pardon?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Lyney once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience. But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
Pardon?
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle. Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something!
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all
Okay.
enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Lyney will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show. The one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the art
Oh
house.
no,
So
Lyney,
please
why?
make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
Hey, there's Charlotte. I see you, Charlotte. Trying to make headlines, aren't you? I feel like most people probably didn't notice that. Go somewhere quiet and ask about the truth. Okay, then. So, I mean, it seems Lorenzo still is doing bad stuff, but, like... It seems he wasn't the Phantom Weasel? He just killed Caesar? Maybe? I'm confused.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the moment.
Okay, Lyney, why are you
This
here?
is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan. Now, who wants to hear a story?
Lyney, don't we have more important things to address right now? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
That is something I would like to know. I've been following the story pretty well so far, but this seems a little out of left field.
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story I'm about to tell might answer a few of them.
Really?
Okay.
Well then, let's hear it. Paimon's dying of curiosity here.
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands.
Okay.
But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was.
I like how they're doing these, like... kind of like, rendered, like, shots. Kind of like how they have for, like, the endings of the Hangout events. I like these.
Of course, she could not.
They're trying out a
simply
few
take
different things
lying
with Fontaine.
down.
I like them all.
And before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel, to close the chapter on her behalf. After
Okay.
weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all,
Oh, okay, the
magic
Phantom-
and
I
fashion
didn't
had
know that.
similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
Okay, so I didn't know... Yeah, I didn't... So I was very confused about this whole Phantom Weasel thing. I didn't know it. I thought it was... I was very confused at the timeline of events and why Caesar was, labeled as Phantom Weasel. I think I understand a little bit better now, but I'm still a little confused.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust.
Okay.
Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all.
Okay.
At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death.
Interesting.
Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
So they were working together.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings.
Okay.
But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on,
Yes, this is out of left
Lyney? Is it
field.
something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that.
Huh.
He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
I guess that makes sense, a little.
How disappointing.
Although I feel like...
So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence.
Okay.
Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Oh, perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it?
I guess.
Why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of
Yeah, why wouldn't he sell her out? That seems like the logical thing to do.
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Yes, tell us.
Lyney, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious. Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
Yes.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting, I'd be much obliged.
Alright, she's showing her
As a
true
matter of
colors.
fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand.
What'd it be,
Why
Lyney?
would the real weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say that the real weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge
Dang,
waste
it's
paper
always the
from
childhood.
garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly rag dolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. Until the world decided that even this was too good for her. Once again, she was
Okay.
betrayed. And this time, everything was taken from her. She felt like life was a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear.
I mean, yeah, that is
Her
true.
pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts. Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles. I detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike. I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true. And it will fill the void in my soul.
I mean, I guess, sure, to some extent that's fair, but like killing Caesar was, and playing the victim is just awful.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, you said it.
Now it all makes sense.
Does this story satisfy you, Lyney?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
So what was with the warning letter?
That's right. What drove you to right? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
Yeah, really.
She didn't write the letter.
Oh?
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace.
Huh.
Lyney. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat?
Oh boy. Of course it was.
You were the one who posted that letter outside the Opera House. But why?
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever.
Alright,
Well,
Lyney. Come
no
on.
need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name.
Well, at least you had a good goal.
The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
Makes sense.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids.
Yeah,
It's been so long,
that was pretty obvious.
and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why?
That is very interesting.
Because you feel like you still owe him
I mean,
something?
Clearly it had a big impression because they're now magicians.
We remember all our debts, however great or small.
I guess that is the Fatui way, huh?
10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore. But we did not forget. And so we came to find you.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything. I'm free.
Not for long.
Free? Do you really think so? Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehoods, we must find our own truth.
Uh-huh.
I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people.
Where are we going with this?
Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
A very unhealthy way of it, but yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'm wondering the same thing.
I'm saying
What is he trying to
for the
say?
last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole? Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him.
Oh,
What did he
I
have to gain from all that?
understand.
He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years.
I
You're
get
more
it.
than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know, deep down, that he is the only truth you have in your life. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Dang.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of you after all.
Wow.
Around one and all, the time has now come for the amazing.
Hey, Lyney, I think you gotta go to the out there, buddy.
I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well, wonder no
Yeah, of
more,
course.
For the answer is a death-defying
High altitude escape. Alright.
To escape?
10 years ago, the trick that Caesar died
I'm
attempting.
sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. So we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused. and that the real weasel has now confessed to their crimes.
Uh-huh.
Guess that's my cue to leave.
Yeah, seems like it.
I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay.
There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Alright. Yay. Being another witness.
Lyney, wait.
Oh, now what? What now? Also, I said this was gonna be shorter, but from how things have been playing out, it actually was not shorter. It's about the same
You
like
two
the
hid a lot
Neverlet Sterry
from
quest.
Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets.
Uh-huh.
So what about now? Are you an open book? Or are you still the same as ever? You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly
Okay.
where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
I like Minette's pouty face.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
Yeah, you tell her.
So, what are we, doing next?
Like Lyney said, when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Lyney after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
Okay.
Alright. Well, let's go watch
Paimon
the
is very
movie tomorrow,
flustered.
then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
Sure hope so. Ah, he'll be fine. He's got a vision, at the very least. He mentioned something about, you know. No one could survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least, so... He's got a backup plan if all else fails. But I have faith he won't fail at all. There's Charlotte again. Of course, she got front row seat. Oh boy.
Magic should be
Oh.
mysterious, surprising,
2D cutscene.
and defy logic. Magic is hard work.
Hey, little Lyney.
Every single movement has to be practiced.
Didn't we see
thousands
this,
of
actually?
times.
It's alright. We're used
Aw. Little Lynette, that's cute.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much.
I think we saw this
Can't
on
tell
the
you the
Genshin
whole
Impact
truth.
official channel.
It's okay.
Like a teaser for this or
Do
something.
you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick
Okay.
so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician,
Aw.
what greater honor could there be?
Man, that really sucks that he couldn't pull it off.
Behold! Lyney is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Uh-oh. Not again, not another rope snapping. Okay, this is a very pretty scene.
Mysterious. Surprising.
Uh-huh. Hey, props to whoever animated this.
Logic-defying.
They need a raise.
Isn't
This
that
is
right?
very beautiful.
This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? One minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished, right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Lyney has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow.
Of course.
If I do say so myself.
Looks like everyone really loved Lyney's grand finale.
Even though they don't know the full story.
Lynette doesn't see Lyney anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But
The cemetery?
oh, you mean the one where Caesar's been?
Oh, I guess, yeah, the usual haunt.
This whole magic show
I was like, is that a
Lyney's way of
phrase
saying
people use?
goodbye to Caesar. So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go look for him there.
Let's do that. Time to teleport back here. Yeah, I was gonna say, the usual haunt. Is that like a phrase people use? No, it's... Haunt isn't like cemetery. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Boing. Alright, this should be the end of this right here, I imagine, and then we shall end stream, and probably won't stream again until next week, I would guess. Yeah, probably not stream again until next week.
There you are. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh.
Alright.
I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments.
Well, that's a morbid
Did
thought.
he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
I wonder. Sadly, probably the latter. He seemed to, be a man of pure heart.
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached him.
Okay, an
I
agenda.
told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done. But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. What I saw was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me.
Makes sense.
I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves. But without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
Okay, so yes, the professional.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us.
Makes
In all,
sense.
we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so many things from him.
Yeah?
For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved.
This is
What
about...
amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth. Trust is a beautiful thing.
Lyney.
I don't blame
Still
you.
worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls.
Yeah?
The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in.
This is
Then,
true.
One day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. but I guess that's the price we have to pay.
You don't have to,
You
Lyney.
only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
Yeah, we're in your auditorium and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, cheer up, Lyney. We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey, too.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, Paimon always
R.I.P.
believes in what
Tepe.
tomorrow brings. Delicious food, fun toys, and the traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Well, I guess so.
It's the same for me and Lynette. We are the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that. Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other. That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days.
Well, ain't that sweet.
That's why the darkness never consumed me, and why it never will. Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through. Alright, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight?
It
was amazing!
Yeah, what Paimon said.
I just wishes we hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation.
Yeah.
We spent most of our time in the Opera House just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show. Lyney, could you do just one more trick for us?
And what would that be?
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something.
Yeah, you're a
Paimon
magician.
knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Well said.
Oh, alright then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch
Yay.
closely. I have a flower in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand. We ain't going along with this.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this.
All
Count
right.
down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared somewhere else.
Really? Let's see.
Right there. Just like before.
Wow, there it is! Oh,
Yeah, okay.
This is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it was different.
A rainbow rose, but more importantly, Paimon has to know how the trick is done. Please, Lyney, pretty please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as
Of
teacher.
course.
Fine. Please, teacher, please!
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you.
Okay.
Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
Is that it?
Look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night.
All right.
Look forward to seeing you again.
All right, fine.
See you, Lyney.
Shall we head back now, too?
Sure.
Paimon can't wait to read The Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Lyney and Caesar will be plastered all over it.
Probably.
Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're still going. I thought that was gonna be the end of it. Hey! We got that added to our quest items. Nope. Right, what time do we want it to be? 8 to 12. Okay. 8:41 will do. And... Alright, time to see Charlotte. What's she gonna do? What'd it be? Steambird is right in front, right? Or...
Our work's done
Oh
for
no,
today.
we're not going
I'm very
straight
sorry,
there.
Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Of course.
Lyney, I'll only take a moment of your time, if you would be so kind.
Tagging for interviews as always.
What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and I
print this morning.
Uh-huh.
Just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted
Oh, wow.
the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom
I kind of
Weasel all
figured
along.
she might, but I didn't know for sure. Yeah, really, that was quick.
Hmm?
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in.
As always, Paimon has a big mouth.
My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Lyney's performance last night.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Okay, then. Wait, no,
Yeah,
no,
sure.
there
You
must be
can't
more
trick
to it.
Charlotte like that.
That's all it took for her to have a change of heart. How did it take her 10 whole years?
Yeah.
Well...
That journalistic spirit is burning red. We're gonna have to distract her somehow.
Oh, I remember now. You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question. Where did you all go after the show?
Okay.
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Lyney did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Lyney started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow.
Oh,
Is this
jealous.
supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
The brother complex, an anime classic.
No, I just,
What the... What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again?
Paimon, I swear to God, you're amazing.
This is getting pretty
How many times have you said awkward in the span of us are staying Fontaine? At least 5 times, right?
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. There's always next time. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be
Oh, we
found,
know, Charlotte, we
I
know.
can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all.
Yeah, makes sense.
Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. Ah, there's clearly a way of complicating relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious.
No, I can't. I definitely cannot.
Continue the rest of your conversation in peace.
Toodaloo.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
Don't worry, I wasn't angry.
Oh.
I was just trying to distract her.
I think Lyney even bought your act.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon there.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
And that's the end. Alright. Well, thank you everyone for watching. In the next stream, I will do Milu's story quest, I imagine. And, yeah, they'll probably have it at some point next week. I doubt I'll be doing it over any stream on the weekend. That's just not my jam. Anyways, see you next one. Bye-bye.